Hey, what's good, everyone? Local Iceman here. Monday morning here, day 5, I believe. Everything looks good. Did a preliminary check of the numbers before I started rolling the video, and everything seems to be going good. Condenser water temp was like 79 degrees. Discharge temp 179, I think, and the head pressure is about 150. So the head pressure, anything above 200, 225 range, that's really hot. So we gotta make sure that that stays below when you start kicking on the third and fourth compressor. And I think I'll turn the third compressor on here in a minute. The return on the brine, not how these numbers, I think it was around 18 or 19 on the brine, but I know everyone's asking what's the concrete, what's the temperature of the concrete. So let's go ahead and check it out here. I have my shoes on, so I'm not gonna walk out there yet. So actually I can slip them off here. So you're seeing the numbers, I don't have to say it. So 21, we kind of walk to the center of the floor here. I think that's probably about good. So, there you go. 21 degrees. And if I go up, it's just going to be reading anything else, or just. I bet we turn that compressor on today. I mean, we can make it nice today. So I need to get a few things here set up before we start making ice. Let's go ahead and roll in the compressor room right here and kind of show you the numbers in there so you guys can see the numbers. All right, so up here we got 19 degrees on the return temp for the brine. Got our head temperature, I would say 160. Suction is at 28. Cutoff is set at 27. Head temp, +90. And our condenser water temp fluctuating between 79 and 80. And you can see the green light. I don't know if I caught that. Just turned off. So the condenser fan just turned off. So Monday morning, things are cool. Things are going good. So I just gotta get a few more things lined up. I gotta maybe get the spray bar down. The rest of this video probably is me showing you everything I have and getting it set up and getting the hoses, basically, the spray bar. I gotta get a couple gaskets for a spray bar and a screen to filter it. It's something that I made a couple ice ins, I guess you could say it. A couple ice ins. I don't want to say a couple years ago. A couple times ago we put the ice in. I've kind of perfected it a little bit as I went because it's just basically a spray bar. I won't get in details. I'll just kind of leave it at that for now. So actually I need to get the rest of the building open first, then I'll start scrolling everything together for the ice. All right, before I get too deep in my day, I want to check the density of the brine here. I took the sample yesterday. You're supposed to let it warm up to about 60 degrees. It comes out pretty cold. It probably came out about, I don't know, about 20 degrees yesterday. So it didn't take too much time to warm up. But I just let it sit overnight, and it's going to do the measurement right now. I popped this thing here a couple minutes ago. I already looked at it. We're about -2 degrees right now. Let me see if you guys can see that. Get here in the light. Stick it here to get it focused for you guys. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the scale there. So we're around minus, I think, 2 or 3. We should be at -6. And the Freon kind of operates between the +6 to +10. And I don't think we're down at the 6 degree yet mark. So, but before we start or turn that third compressor on and start cooling things even further, I want to add some more calcium chloride to the mix to get it down to -6 where it should be at. I think it's going to be 1.21 on the specific gravity. And basically how I'm going to do that, I'll show you here. I don't know if I'm going to show you while I'm doing it. It's kind of a messy mess. But when I get the bags here later today, I just throw them on the lift, bring them up on the lift. That's kind of also why I'm kind of glad also I left the hose there, because I was going to take it down at one point, but I'm kind of glad I left it there. I got to have it connected to the bottom of the chiller. I'm going to open up the valve and start circulating brine through the expansion tank. I'm just going to start slowly adding bags to the calcium chloride mix. I think I'll do like 3, maybe 4 bags, because it also heats it up really quick. I don't want to add it too much and put too much heat on the system. Maybe 4 bags is not too significant, but when you start mixing it with water and stuff, it really starts heating up. So I'll mix it in nice and slowly. I mean, not terribly slowly, but I'll mix it in slowly. 4 bags. Let it circulate overnight. I think that's going to be good. We'll click that third compressor on, start making ice, and I'll do another specific test or density test tomorrow and kind of see where we're at. Add more calcium chloride to the solution if I think we need it. And I think that's about enough about that. All right, just pull the spray bar down. Give you guys a few seconds here to laugh at it. Yep, you see zip ties, duct tape. the whole 9 yards. So yeah, we came a long way. We basically used this mostly to paint and lay water when I first started here, and even went backwards to using a spray bottle, 2-gallon paint sprayer to paint the ice. We always kind of use this in city pressure as far as the spray water. Just to go over this here real quick, just, you know, if you guys are looking to make your own, I don't know, I think you should buy it. And I think Jet Ice, if you contact the guy, he'll send you the parts list. He said he would do that at a Stark training class I took, but I didn't receive a reply from the email, so oh well, no, guy's busy. So basically, I just got a 6-foot spray bar here, and I had to get, I really can't ever get, but you can see here that this one has a little adapter to get onto here, because I think each side's a little bit different. So, but it's basically, you got 2 45s right here, 2 nipples to a hose, and 2 more nipples that goes to a T, that goes to a valve. I really wanted a valve on here, and maybe not needed, but I think it is. I think they have valves on them. That's why I installed it. I think it's just nice to have a valve to another nipple to this hose right here, a 3/4 hose. And you can see the frame I made here. Maybe one of these days I'll make a better frame, but if thing's light, it moves good. It may not be the 15-foot wide ones you buy. You see they're on TV or you buy in a catalog, but it does a much better job than what we had. I'm thinking the next thing I'm gonna do on here is take all these nozzles off, run some water through it, flush it out, clean the nozzles out, rustle up the rest of my hoses. I got the pump rented, pick the pump up tomorrow, and I think we're on pace to start making ice tomorrow. And it may not be tomorrow for you, it may be a couple days later, depending on how I edit these videos. For anyone who's interested, I was looking for gallons per minute on the spray nozzle. All it says is 8005. If I can find that out, I'll put it there in a little box or something. All right, then I think I got just about everything I need to start making ice. All I gotta do is stop at the hardware store tomorrow morning, pick up the pump and some little washer screen deals depending on the hoses. I may put one at each hose end that calls for a little washer there. We'll see about that. I don't want to restrict the flow too much. Went to the park today to teach someone how to mow and show them how to do things, because it's gonna be busy here this week putting the ice back in. So while I was there, I stole their mixer. I got a mixing bit, a little paddle thing on the other side. I still got to bring over, but I stole their mixer and their drill bit and a little mesh filter deal I'm going to wrap around the pump inlet to help us filter stuff before it gets into the hose there. So I think that's a good deal. And I also grabbed a couple extra spray bottles. I have my spray bottle. I grabbed their backpack sprayer. I got 1 or 2 more backpack sprayers coming. I think all we need is 2, but I got those lined up. I think I got everything I need other than, again, the carpet, and I got my tape measures, and I think that's about it. So didn't have a chance to do a whole lot of things around the rink. I kind of had to do some cleaning and run out the soccer park for a few hours. Had to do some cleaning out there too. Let me grab my little thermal imagery here, and let's do a little final reading here. It's about 4 o'clock. I don't think that I'm going to turn on the number 3 compressor until tomorrow morning. That's what kind of Bondo says. I think it'd be nice to have this thing down below 20. I'm sorry, I didn't address this. I did put the dots out here. As you can see, I ordered some more dots because we have to lay them down. And I was under impression that we're gonna get paper dots, but they sent me mesh dots, which is just as good. But I put them down here so they could cool down, as well as the fabric meshes. And one day I wanna start painting things, but we still have tons of paper, and we still kind of have the fabric meshes. I don't really want to have to deal with the paint. Maybe in the future, if I get some more help, some more quality help, I don't know. But it just takes a little bit longer to paint stuff and to lay things down. The paper lines kind of go a little bit quicker, and we got them. Anyway, they're the creases. I have them on the ice, just getting kind of chilled. They're in a roll. They came in a big roll tube thing, and I didn't want to unroll them tomorrow and lay them on the ice. Some of them have a little bit creases. This one, the far one, was a little bit worse. I'm sorry, I had to get my back to here. So we're at about 23, 22 degrees. So to me, it seems like the concrete has stabilized here about 22, 23 degrees. So if I turn another compressor on tomorrow morning and a couple hours later when we start laying water, I think we'd be good to go. So I look at those cooling tubes. And I know you can see the cooling line, the striations down the ice. But looking through the thermal imagery here, and if if the glare is not so bad, you can actually see it in those cooling tubes. Nevertheless, concrete's nice and cool. Turn on the compressor on tomorrow morning. I almost want to turn one on tonight, but I'm just not too sure. My thinking is that I think we turn one on tomorrow morning a couple hours before, that we're not really going to be spraying tons of water yet. Our first few layers will be kind of thin. It's going to be with cold water. So I think the system will have plenty of time to recover. The paint may be a little bit greater load, but it's going to be a few layers of paint. Then probably, I don't know, just enough water or to put over the paint just to seal the paint down. So ideally I like to put 4 to 6 layers of water over the layers over the paint before we start putting lines down. So my plan is to get, you know, the first layers down, paint down, seal the paint with water, a few layers of water, and perhaps start putting the lines that go across the rink down, like the gold lines, the blue line, the red line. Then I think call it a day, then come in tomorrow morning and start doing the circles and the hash marks, and from there just start building up the ice. Then we'll have to bring the spray bar out again and do a bunch of layers. And as we're laying the lines down, we're gonna have people spraying water over the lines. That way kind of build the lines up, because you don't really want to bring the Zamboni out too quickly and have the tires puncture the ice into the paint or into the line. So we'll have to do most of that work with the spray bar will happen after we put the lines down. We'll just do, I don't know how many ever layers it takes. The slower we go, the better it is, the more water we put down. So probably looking at 10, 15 layers of water with the spray bar before I could bring the machine out. And, you know, Wednesday night, maybe Thursday, we'll bring the Zamboni out and just start flooding the heck out of it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning, we'll start skating. All right, let's go ahead and check the numbers before I wrap this video up. I'm gonna make my shoes on here. Here's the last part of the trench that I left open so I can show you guys the frosty tubes right here. Might as well shine this thing in here. Let me see if I can get it focused on some of the tubes here. So we got 25, and this one. So let's say 24. So this one seems like it's coming back warmer. So this top one is the return, which I expected. So if this one is coming, this one is like 24. Come on, stay in the middle. 24.3. 25. Come on, in the middle. Yeah, it would make sense that one should be a little bit warmer than the other, but when these things get all nice and frosted up, you won't be able to tell the difference. So I'm gonna put those planks on, the last few planks on. Let's go check out some numbers in the refrigeration room. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Right here, actually, there's one more thing I want to add, because someone asked me a question and I didn't get the chance to answer it, and it probably ended up on the editing room floor. So, caulk. Let's go out here. It's a little quieter. Caulk. Now, I was gonna use 100% silicone caulk, because 100% silicone is much better caulk than latex. Silicone is much better. It lasts longer. It also repels water. It resists the freeze. There's a lot of things that the silicone caulk was good, okay? I was thinking that, okay, if I went with 100% silicone that repels water and doesn't really want to, you know, and it resists the freezing in a sense, I don't know how to say it, I'd be great. But I was a little bit worried that the water wouldn't really, I don't want to say bond to the caulk. Like, I was worried about the water bonding to it. So, and this stuff is also paintable. So I'm figuring that the paint will stick to it a little bit better. The water will stick to it a little bit better than 100% silicone. So that's why I kind of stuck with this latex caulk plus silicone, because I thought it may be a better product than 100% silicone. I don't know if I'm getting my point out or saying what I mean here, but I think I am. That, you know, you can use 100% silicone. It's gonna be more expensive, but it's gonna be repel water, and I don't think it may be, you know, it's much harder to get off and stuff. So I think that for what we're using it for, basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, most of this caulk, it really is when we take the ice out, at least in our case. You know, we're spraying water in, and when we the system shuts down, or on this side where the sun shines, it gets a little bit warm and wet over here. Kind of helps water from not oozing out from the rink. But it's this stuff, it's really just to keep the water in while we're taking the ice out, and somewhat while we're putting it in. So it doesn't really need to be like, you know, Superman type stuff. So, you know, the little bead of caulk that we use right here is just perfect. So that's my reason behind using this latex caulk versus 100% silicone. That I think that water is going to set up on it a little bit better. I don't want it to repel water, so to say. I want water to stand on top of it and be able to freeze and not be, you know, repelled from it and cause problems and things like that. So that's just my reasoning behind using the the latex caulk versus 100% silicones. All right, I had this door closed most of the day since the sun's coming on this side of the building, and I want to keep it kind of the heat. It gets really warm back here, and that door is not the most insulated door. So most of the day I did have this door shut. Let's go ahead and check the numbers in here. What we got is 20 on the return. I believe that's a few degrees lower. Let's go here and check the head temp. What is that? 160. We'll call it 160. This number right here, this should match the suction temperature or be really close. So call that like 32-ish. We're up, we're at 29 in the section, so that's good. It's calling for 3 compressors. I'm sure it wants 3, but it'll cycle down to 2 most likely. And then again, I won't turn the third one on until tomorrow morning. 190 on the discharge, that's within operational range. 79 on the condenser water temp, that's actually a little bit low. That fan must have just been running and shut off, because on a warm day like today, you'd think that that'd be a little bit higher. So leave this door open overnight, just get some air in there. Typically I keep that closed, so I don't know. I think I got everything other than grabbing the pump tomorrow morning. And again, I'm sorry I'm gonna be a few days late with this video. Just editing videos is a little bit tough right now because I'm spending so much time between the parking here. I'm really thankful I have the job, so I'm not complaining, but I don't know how to say it. I guess like going back and reliving all this at home, editing the videos, trying to cut it down to something that's palatable for you guys to watch, short for you guys to watch. It's been really hard, so I got some other things I gotta do at home, so, and other hobbies I want to do, like go flying the drone and do some flight sim, and I still got time with the family and stuff around the house and walk the dog. So sorry a little bit late on the video, so we'll get these things out. Hopefully they're teaching someone something. I mean, like I said, I may not be teaching you what to do. Sometimes I'll be teaching you what not to do. So, but we'll continue this mess on tomorrow, and that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching. As always, hope you learned something. And like the local ice man says, stay cool.